All right, so we are here once again with this particular update. I mean, can say breedy through the shores of Ghana, and it's all about the arrest of a class media group which comprise of Accra FM, Class TV, Class FM, and its subsidiaries. One of our key presenters Oyejuma Ewa Accra FM, if any Bobbie Ansah was arrested. Now, this particular man has trended today and for the past 3 days. Now, one alarming thing about this particular man's arrest is how he was arrested. Say it's St0rm radio station, a bra program, so, and now say he is about to go on air, arrested. You see, and these things you ask yourself, say, what is happening in this country? The last time we checked, there are many armed robbers walking around. People are traveling, armed robbers are persecuting them each and every time. Why is police not going against them? And why are we now persecuting journalists? And they bring a lengthy statement, say, "St0rm Kaneshie, false publication." You see, most of these things, when you hear them, are crap. Because if you're in US and you see what goes on social media, how somebody can openly criticize Joe Biden, how somebody can openly criticize Justin Trudeau, who happens to be the Canadian president, how somebody can... You see, there was a video trend, I don't know if you saw it. Look at how they were criticizing, your friend is saying, Boris Johnson in Parliament, a whole Prime Minister of UK, telling him his actions are stupid and he's a corrupt leader. That the Liberal MP who said, did we kill the person? Did we arrest the person? But here in Ghana, you can't even talk. We are all tight-lipped because somebody somewhere is monitoring you and really putting down. So St0rm Kaneshie, false publication, wanting to commit a crime. Pedri, oh God of heavens. This is what we are seeing. This is very, very sad. So this is what is going on in regards to Bobbie Ansah. He was arrested 3 days ago. According to the police, he says something in which Anchor also can. Honestly, all my life, I've listened to a lot of people, and even now, people say the same thing. I wonder why he was arrested. Trust me, police should come again. Police should come again. I don't know why they are deviating course, but this does not make sense to me. I've police for the Bobbie Ansah. It's not a year. The vision program, the vision program was then our Class FM, and on this be a two just say Vice President Samira Baumia on a first lady, Madam Rebecca Kufuado. They went and Omunina Omafa or Omaka property we AU village or Accra and Sikoma property on Makotono Sika. And the price of that particular property is very huge. It's Asema Ewo, and that was the allegations that Bobbie Ansah, according to him, Bimokase said he had facts, and Bimokase said that was based on in some watia, Bonibekase allegations and as hearsay. But in some course, according to the police, initially they sent a friend said invitation to Bobbie Ansah to honor their call. Now, you can one or two questions. Say, okay, what can some way want to know if it is true? So we can start investigations and even prosecute the people involved, if any. But upon somebody invitation, by Bobbie Ansah, he declined. So, upon several declining of invitation, and they stormed. Your friend is they stormed his studio 3 days ago to arrest Bobbie Ansah. He was about to do his program because he was even on air and he watched in a pure job. I'll bet him we it's a star, a very, very, very sad. I bet a Iraqi star. He say, hey, it's me once na seeing Afghanistan. One more Taliban for now Omunya power. No some ra TV station come become more announcement. Even air liking it today. Say now the police people are mobile premises. They don't need a permit. I mean, like honestly, as much as I'm saying the news, me can't say people are shame me because you can't go to CNN and enter there and say, oh, yeah, please. No, you need a permit. Let me tell you one thing about US. You can't even enter into somebody's car without a permit. You know that. Say, fine, you shower, the police, upon suspicion, they can check your car for methamphetamine, cocaine, and drugs, but only under suspicion. But we, sadly, if you are, you need, let me share documentary be on how one guy or your assassin in New York and a police for tracking it down. The police people went to court to get a warrant to just enter the car and search it. Car need the whole 2 weeks. And yeah, the police just barge in and boom. They just go and arrest, and it's so sad what is going on. Perhaps educate me more. Maybe I'm ignorant. So this is what actually went on in regards to Bobbie Ansah. Please, for what really happened was that they sent him to court, and yesterday he was granted a bail of 50,000 Ghana cedi. Now, what is fascinating about all of these things is that NDC gurus stormed the premises to support Bobbie Ansah, and they showed him, say, this is how we support people. In as much as you might not be NDC person, or even you will be MPP person, we believe that journalists in this country should not be persecuted. There's a video of what went to a video nearby. Commander, what?
Regardless of our political affiliations, I know that we shall prevail. Tyrants don't rule forever. Power is transient. Their end will come.
Commander, what?
Regardless of our political affiliations, I know that we shall prevail. Tyrants don't rule forever. Power is transient. Their end will come.
Sammy Gyamfi Kaneshie, or say, regardless of the political affiliation and stuff, no, tyrants don't rule forever. Tyrants, you can be a tyrant, Nipano or a patapa, and then any dear, and I say more like a dictator. I say tyrants don't rule forever. I say one day, the tyrants will lose power. Ain't no thing Sammy Gyamfi Kaneshie say the persecution can come. He can arrest all the journalists and even some of us in Ghana. But MPP is not going to stay in power forever. And that one, nobody can arrest anybody for saying that, because in fact, regardless, even if they win this 4 years elections and over, trust me, there's a huge probability that somebody or a different political party might assume the office. So this is exactly what happened at Bra. They were able to push through the bill of Bobbie Ansah at Accra FM, St0rm Kaneshie District Court. The bill was 50,000 Ghana cedis with 2 sureties, and Bobbie Ansah was really released. This is very bad. Yes, so in regards to this, there's been a lot of calls saying, this thing is really bad. There are a lot of things which is going on in this country. You can't send the and even if you are looking at this critically, you see, let's call a speed, and as the law says that he who comes into equity must do equity. A debena MPP for Ankanfa John Dramani Mahama, any a year, the former first lady. A then young fan Madam Lordina Mahama. You can send be brave. It be must say a whole lot of things, and even when Mahama is in Pamikra, let me confess. I said Mahama I could to if you be Dubai. I didn't have any evidence. I heard it and I said it. I said Mahama was corrupt. I said Mahama was using Ghana state money to enrich himself. A brand new would do so. We all said things, and sometimes it's understandable because people are suffering. You just have to talk. What else? Because you will be a scandal. And this has went on. Yanchi Obia. I know of many MPP presenters on Man FN and Co. Yanchi Obia Mokasa and Semno. But what we are seeing now is different. If it was just one person, we'll have called it fine, one of those things. But it's 4 people. Bobbie Ansah, a sepa boss. A friend is saying, Captain Smart, Akuya, Wakoka and Sema Yachiniya, face the country convener, and a host of others. It is going on, and ask yourself, what is going on in this country? We can't even talk and criticize in peace. And police is saying, offensive to one conducive breach of Obia can semne no cry. Bring evidence. I remember when we said certain things about Mahama would let through his aid. I mean, Mahama and the former aid need you could the aid will come out and clarify. Say Mahama has not bought any state property in Dubai. Mahama doesn't deal in drugs, because there are better things to do, or clarify, and then they move on. What must politics? But now you can't even criticize the government. You can't even say something, say, okay, Akufo-Addo is being corrupt. Okay, now he win. Because you have a people and now Obia all tracking here. Okay, send Bonina, yet letter bro. We really supported IGP when he came to power. But the trend and what is going on, I'll always say this. Anytime they attack journalists and so on, I think that one is really way below belts. Really way below belts, because we all saw what happened in this country. Even a year former president Jerry John Rawlings even went a step further to even on one June 4th for you. He criticized his own government. He called Mahama corrupt and how people were chopping money. He knows how he speaks. Did we arrest him? So what is going on is very bad, and we fear this, especially if you're an MPP person, because what will happen is that if this should continue, NDC is going to repay us back. Trust me, journalists, I say, a political affiliated journalist. A time will come, even if you're an MPP affiliated journalist, who can say about whoever was in power in the next 8 or maybe next 4 years, you'll be taken on. And I don't think this is how the approach should be done. If, say, firstly, the acquire property at AU Village, now, the big question is, did she use state money or not? Obia alleged. He who alleges must prove. But in this case, no, if you, the people, that is why the First Lady has a spokesperson, a PR. Bring a statement to debunk it. Bring a statement. And you man yet say First Lady. Yeah, a man allowance be demand ye. And on Rankasaba say on this be. In fact, can I watch any so just come and then tell people, debunk it, and actually let us know what is going on the ground. But you not see anything. The next thing you realize, they're arresting people. They're arresting people. Yes. Captain Smarts, Bobbie Ansah, Asepa Boss, Bibri. All these people are saying things that they don't agree with the government of Ghana and its tactics, and it's so sad. But regardless, we believe that he will take a clue. We believe IGP is doing a good job. We like him, but this target need here. Yen ye wichi. Send penny forecast say oh more draft. More wichi. More better. And you see say we be two. Will be the no. Usually more better than more ye. We are the back. The signal that is sent is very bad. It's very bad. People think you guys are persecuting journalists. People think say the Ghana police is being used as an avenue to persecute journalists. And even one thing before we go, Nipa Bakwa Babekasa, a year Kweku Bako. This guy sometimes he on kind of credit, maybe also kind of credit. So let's see what a year veteran journalist Abdul Kweku Bako I'll say the way and manner the Ghana Police Service they are proceeding to arrest and prosecute journalists in this country. It is very wrong. Now, according to him, Opacha said if the Ghana Police is saying say Bobbie Ansah, let me read what he said. I'll say the state's action or reaction is unsustainable and wrong-headed in context of this particular case. Not Opacha said the Ghana police and also the government is handling this case very wrong. Now, I said let those whose integrity and reputation might have been damaged by the commission and omission of the journalists proceed on civil libel wavelength to cure the mischief and malice. This is exactly what I'm saying. That's why sometimes this guy is smart. He's saying, the person who they have made allegations against, let the person come and talk. But the person did not even listen to the program. The Ghana police is arresting journalists. Meanwhile, first lady to her, second lady to her, and I'm more arrested. Say fear and causing. Please, like we don't do this. We don't do this. And a friend say, Sammy Gyamfi Kaneshie say, nobody will rule forever. If you are empowered today, tomorrow you go, somebody will come. Is this how we should set a precedent for others to follow? And trust me, at the beginning, for Joe Biden. When I'm reading the tweets in US about how they bash Joe Biden, I go myself and say, really? Besides, this guy said, like they use certain ways. What I say, the guy he needs to go for a cognitive test. Do you know the meaning of cognitive test? How bon? Why do you need to? You're one, Z. Like you are literally clueless and an ignorant person. This is how they call. In fact, if you think I'm lying, just go on Fox News and CNN and see what CNN put there. They are more affiliated to liberal. Just go on Fox News and Newsmax and see how they openly the Joe Biden attempt. Have they arrested somebody? In fact, they've even pegged Joe Biden as a Ukraine asset. as a Russian asset. Who has been arrested? No one. But in Ghana, you see first lady acquire property with AU, acquire chain for. Why wouldn't the first lady come out and talk? Why does the first lady have a PA? Now, you see, Ghana police for the PA for the first lady. You see, and in CNBC, of course, anytime you say these things, you have people coming out and say, so, men cancer, NDC for Debbie. Me, one thing about me is, regardless of my political affiliation, what this government is doing is very bad. And let me say it again. I've been to the market, I've been to the street, people are suffering. Can you imagine, say, you out of 400 cities, so I me if I won't call, me if I won't fee, your friend is say, baby to say, so if I won't call, I won't remember. 100 cities for this is the insane level of stupidity in this country. Very bad. Like 100, I've tested it myself. 100 cities can take you and bring you. What am I saying? Which means you need like 200 cities. And this is really, really what is going on now. Very bad. But at the end of the day, we are looking at all of these cases, and we hope that government will take a clue. Is say, it's not persecuting journalists and arresting them. Well, if they do something wrong, you have every cause to act. The fact say, arrest you, but that doesn't mean the person is guilty. To go to court, the judges will seek clarification on if the person should be jailed or not. But you see, the plight of people is not about if the first lady have bought a property at AU Village or not. The plight of Ghanaians currently is Ghana Eshe, Nieman Kuyi, Akufo-Addo, Nieman Kuyi, Ofane Kabufai. Things are not going on well. Okay, I'm out for bread. And me myself, I'm tasting it. Until no Ghana forecast or more bread. Now the only thing we see now is e-levy. We need to talk. We need to talk. People don't have issues about the e-levy. People have issues about what the e-levy money will be used for. That is why people are complaining. Abroad people pay taxes. There's more taxes and 50 times taxes in US than in Ghana. They tax you on your property. Ghana has in Kofa 1 minute property rate. If you want to rent 50 and 1 minute property rate. Kofa Abroad tax you on property rate. Baby abe park your car no car no abontinho. They charge you on that. What am I say? We it's a taxes na be brave. The boy chronitino Abroad you no see a portal because of taxes a year your taxes are working. But Ghana here they are taking taxes. They are taking it's a ECG. Let me give you a clear. Oh, if you now use prepaid, I'm more use prepaid. No, you realize say, auto prepaid, but be good super some amount of money if you so. You better catch says some amount of money ECG net for service, and your service be a tax. AC is a 10 season a tax. They calculate it depend on your consumption. So that tax na yet no. Yeah, the year so imagine say each Ghanaian, every household, say household they work Ghana and say, be 10 million na obi etua 8 cedis and I'm from brad and I'm na obi etua 4 cedis as tax and service bill for electricity. 4 cedis every month. Calculated times 10 million. What are we using that money for? So how sika ye G our market so moto ade. What are we using that money for? You try a car, you say pay nema. What are we using that money for? Oh, can you make your brooch now the bagana? What are we using that money for? GK fee porter, tax. What are we using that money for? I said the taxes are insane and numerous. And yes, still Temamoto way, there's abundance of pothole. And yes, still there are places in this country, even in present day Accra, the road is not tarred. And one other key thing that is so stupid. You ask yourself, do we have a road minister in this country? Do we? The street lights. See, whenever you are driving at night, especially when you are driving at night in Ghana, and you see what happened, like you can drive like a whole street like 1 hour, no street lights. A vivid example is when you are coming from, let's see, when you are coming from Makati to Kaswa, no street lights. No street lights. Many parts of the country, no street light. And you know the funny thing, most at times me quite blockage. Blockage, and you say be a police when they create a barrier, ask them to see the people die. Me myself, I swear to God, I've seen a lot of people die because of accident. Then you need a street light because and more at times when you are driving and somebody sitting beside the person asks you say, can you see? Especially if Nippon on your driver, can you see? Because of yes, so we gave somebody money to fix our streets with street lights. You can see Jiminy and Junior. This is a clear example of how retarded sometimes Africans and we people in this country are. Bruni and Chain Emma street light in Doom. Every month they are doing cross check. They are changing the ones IAE. And sometimes we need to blame the people too, because why is street lights on Kwabrani Babibia? Why is street light no Kwabrani be faka abejutu ni nyina koton. But regardless the case here, cameras are around. Where are the major street lights on the highway? It's so sad. Ufi, your friend is saying, Tete Kwashi roundabout, Eba, Nakramo, Eba, all the way to La Paz. Ekwana you tum. What you see? That's why people are using bright lights, and you can't see anything. And we pay taxes. Common street lights can depend to me, and we are in this country, and we want to take e-levy. E-levy do koyede. And Obi can say, FM, I say that a driver for answer in Shuto, and it's true. And it's true. And this is the tyrants that some people are saying. It's a wicked tyrants government. If people are not looking at the plight of people down there, how people are suffering, send a man for bread. And you see, there's one thing about Ghana for Muabruchi. We all like MPP, we all support MPP, but one thing about Mua Yem Penny say, Bibi course now bekan. Independent himself, then or Babi General Finching, Mr. Santini MPP, to Babi defend the party. You are a fool. Oh, yes. Because when you are doing that, you are rather retrogressing the party. As the Bible has said, a foolish son despises correction. It is a wow political party. Why should you go and hail them? Meanwhile, a day in question, if a different political party had done it, you will have blamed him. Let's stand their heels. People are supporting e-levy. E-levy is good. I think it's a good thing. The only issue is what the money will be used for. Now, let's stand it. Yemfan is NDC for or mobile implementing e-levy. MPP for almost supporting e-levy now, they will have been the same people organizing demo, saying NDC for Ghana for then you see Eslowusu now I hear the Kohuntin disaster who maybe I ever had they were so Ghanaians are suffering the plight. Opposition is very, very, very serious. I remember when she was in opposition before she was even an MP or called Peace FM, she was lamenting, crying for the plight of Ghanaians. Like she was more like the mouthpiece of the ordinary Ghanaian. Today we don't see her again. Oh yeah, you're Robert Kokot. And this is why we are saying the e-levy is not good. If you guys want us to know, and I'm going to say, let me give them an example. If you guys want Ghana to accept e-levy, it's simple. Do a national, your friend is saying, more like an update, more like an emergency, and a press release, live meeting, like Meet the Nation and BBC, and let Ghanaians know. So, okay, scanner major in the first quarter, mid-year, second quarter, mid-year, you are not giving the people any step. Yes, so you are charging them the money. It doesn't make sense. Because Obaba was said that the Mamiska cannot do quiet. Mamiska, you won't give you any sensible father will not give the child the money because you want to know what the child is using the money for. Ebiana crown or the quiet or two scanning and say or you need to know what the child is using it for. Or the toffee, toffee yaman and or the alcohol. Is the alcohol good for the child? You need to consent and know what your money is being used for. That is exactly what we Ghanaians want to know what the money is being used for. But they come out and tell us e-levy nearby Ghana for. We don't give a fuck if it's going to help Ghana or not. Let us know what the money will be used for. Let us know the income that will be generated. The first quarter will be using this money to construct roads. The second quarter will be using this money to construct school. Even in terms of that, now because at the end of the day, in e-levy, Ghana is working again now. Fine. The only 2 ministers who are working in Ghana, Baku IGP, he is a public official, not necessarily a minister, and also in Kwati, they are waste. We don't see them. The minister of trade, the minister of they are waste. And one other key person also here, the minister of communication, but he also needs to do more because sometimes he defends the party. Ironically, so this is what is going on our way a sad day in the history of Ghana, but we are hoping somebody will listen to me, and I know there are a lot of MPs who listen to me, there are a lot of government people, and time will be no correct because we won't position now, you also behave the same, but regardless of who we support, you better no correct. It is spin test. You can come and arrest me. We'll give you more updates as all of these various events unfold.